well. It's a bit of a windy day. So where you were just viewing the polytunnel from was actually sitting right in that hanging basket there. These hanging baskets are prepared with soil and some food, some organic food, and a bit of worm compost, and they're going to have things in them soon, which we'll come back to. Now, have a little look down here, what's going on down here. As you can see, it's an old cast iron roll top bath, and it's full of muck, full of soil, and the soil is very much alive. We've got a hose pipe at one end. We've got a load of charred plants growing at the other end, which are lovely and happy there, look. So I'm going to see if we can get into this soil here. I'm going to see how good we can zoom in and see what's living in the soil. We've got a load of leaves and some... See the leaves here? They're acting like a mulch. So that's a load of old leaves from last autumn. I'll have a look under the soil and see if I can find something alive to have a look at. Because this is a living bed, which means we fed it with worm compost, mulch from the garden, and the compost and the soil mixed together has built up a lot of life. You can see all those roots. Can you see all those roots? See, there's a little worm there, quite happily living in there. Look. So there's another one there next to it. So this is very much alive, this soil. There's a fungus and bacteria and a whole host of different things that live in the soil, eating each other and turning all the goodness into usable food for the plant. So that's our living bed. So we've got plenty of room left in it, and it's just a case of keeping it nice and wet. Maybe adding a little bit more food. Use chicken poo in pellet form, and also some aged wood ash out of our stove, and a little bit of each. And then some worm compost. We'll go and have a look at the worm bin. So this is where we put all of our waste food that's not meat and fish, so any vegetable waste. There's 1 or 2 eggshells in there, you can get away with a few eggshells. And in here, I'll see what's in here. So yeah, you can put any food waste in here, any food waste at all, as long as it's not meat or fish or citrus, so any vegetable. And inside here, there's a whole host of amazing action going on. So I can have a look in here, look at that. That is an old red onion skin. And inside there, there's like some kind of worm party going on. They are absolutely loving eating all of that, look at that. Look at them go. And they are doing such a good job because they turn our food into usable stuff. So if I dig a bit down a bit further into this layer here, that's beneath where the worms are actively feeding, and have a look at this stuff. Now, this stuff is the finished product. It's crumbly, it's dark. I'm happy to touch it with my skin without gloves on, but I will wash my hands after. But this stuff is actually incredible. If you take a bit of this stuff and you crumble it into plant pots where you're planting seeds, or even just your vegetable beds or your trays, it is absolutely magical. It is honestly like some kind of immune boosting food boost. The plant loves it. It makes it grow really well. It gives it disease resistance, and it makes it super healthy. So that's what we use to get stuff going really well in the garden. And once you get one of these going in your garden, you can just keep on feeding it. In the winter I give it a bit of insulation, don't put as much stuff on it, put the lid on. In the summertime feed it hard, and it makes loads of worm compost. Before we go, we'll just move it down a little bit again. The worms will soon sort out where they want to be. There's a bit of sawdust in there, so sometimes I do put a handful of sawdust in. So, we've got our living bed. We've had a look at the worm compost. We'll have a little tour around. So we've got a bed down here, and in here we planted some spinach. Now we didn't film planting the spinach. I think seeds went in around that time though. So if Ollie can get down and have a nice close look into this soil here. This is all organic style gardening, no chemicals. So we've got weeds growing, we've got all sorts happening. We've got a mussel, look there, a mussel shell. Sometimes chuck a handful of them, rinse them first, make sure they're all not smelly. You can put some mussel shells in with your worm compost, and what happens is they're not strong. Look, I can crush it with my hand into powder because it's all got soft in the worm compost, and that's what's going on in the soil. It's everything that lives in there crunching all that down. These are the spinach plants coming up. See that they've got nice healthy little stems coming up, first few leaves showing. That hoop thing is there just to remind me that I'd actually put some seeds in that bed actually. What else have we got? This bed here is prepared. There's a few weeds growing in it, but there's nothing much going on yet. We've got these things. I don't like these things. I don't know what people call them. They start off like that, and then they grow these big long vines at the sides with white flowers, and they're those flowers that if you nip them they pop out, and they're a nightmare. But they're every year I just pull them out. It's not too bad. But anyway, so we'll get some good stuff in there. Across this side here, another hanging basket getting prepped up. Might put some strawberries in that, some early strawberries. This end here we've got a 4-year-old, is it 4? No, 5-year-old grapevine. That'll grow all the way up that trellis, all the way around the top, right round there. And it's a dessert grape. It's a white eating grape. I haven't had enough to make any wine off it yet, but with this time yet. It's mainly for an eating grape, and they're lovely little white grapes that go on there. We can get in close here. Yeah, I put a sheet on here now. See again, it's a bit weedy in here. This is some kind of meadow grass, some kind of invasive grass species. I pull it out every year. I don't like digging the beds too hard. I like to keep the beds no-till as far as possible, but sometimes do have to dig down a little bit to get the grass out. In here, popping up here, you can get right zoomed in here. It's a little patch under the sheet here. We've got a patch of seedlings here. Now, there's 4, possibly 4 tomatoes coming up there, and they all look similar. The tomatoes, you can tell the tomatoes, they've got dark green leaves, a pair of dark green leaves. They've usually got purple stems and purple undersided leaves. You can see the tiny little hairs on the stem. So I know that's a tomato. No, that one's a tomato, that one's a tomato, that one is. That's not. That's probably that one there with a pink stem. Is probably a baby rainbow child plant, which is one of these when it grows to full size. There's a lot of stuff coming up wild, which is great because I can just nip them out the soil, put them in their own pot and get them going really, really well individually, and then put them back where I want them.
So, if you remember in the first episode, we told you that we were planting strawberries that just looked muddy, twiggy, horrible, little brown roots, and now they've actually turned into something more pretty, and it's gonna grow hopefully big red juicy strawberries, and they're all over the place in this raised bed, and we've got one particularly big one here. And if you look over in this direction, you can see that there's actually some piece of charcoal. This is really good for the plants. It should all break down and be really, really good plant food. Take a look at that.
So that's out of our wood ashes all.
Yep.
They're really quite big chunks those. Mm-hmm. So I've sprinkled some 1 to 2 year old wood ash, hard wood ash, onto the soil just at the time of planting out. And then what can you spot? What else have we fed the soil with there?
We have whatever this is, I've forgotten.
Yeah, they're chicken poo pellets.
Yeah. And
They're just starting to
very,
break
very
down.
good for the plants because they feed off it when it breaks down into the soil. And I've forgotten what it's called, some char or something char.
Biochar.
Biochar, that's what I was trying to say. And there's many, many strawberry plants, and if we go over here, you can see a little cluster of these strawberry plants. And it seems to be there's a few in this bit, and that should grow a big, nice strawberry plant.
Yeah.
You can actually see the new ones that are coming through, the new leaves.
Yeah.
They're about to come up. We'll keep an eye on this one over the next few days to see how quickly it grows. And that's an update on the strawberries that we planted in the first episode. Growing really, really well. So, we're inside now, and we didn't forget, we need to give you an update on the baby lettuce and the white radishes. They have actually shot up since we last planted them, which must have been about a week ago. And yeah, these are the baby lettuce, and they've actually grown past the sign that we put in, well past the sign. They're way taller. We're gonna have to put it in a different place, I reckon. Just here, just resting here. And the white radishes, not as like clustered as the baby lettuce, but still they've grown so much, and they actually grow really fast over the course of a day. They grow about this much ish every day, and very, very fast. They're very, very fast, and they're way taller than the white radishes sign, but they haven't covered it up as the baby lettuce has because there's less seeds in here. We're going to put them in the square bed next to the spinach where it was growing, which you hopefully saw before. And that's the plant.
Those lettuces need a water, I think, on.
Oh yeah, so we've brought the reused
dry.
waterer inside, especially to water them. So we're just going to give them a little bit of a water.
The radishes are, for some reason, not as quite as thirsty. I think the egg box has been helpful, but you have to make sure you're checking with the egg box. It's really good because you can kind of take out one scoop at a time. We'll do that when we repot some, but they do dry out a bit faster in cardboard than they do in the plastic tubs we've found. That's good watering that up. Good. See how they're flattening down a bit as you water them? They'll just bounce back up within an hour. And then underneath, you can just see under Ollie's hand under the tray, we've got another piece of cardboard. If you have got windowsills that are wooden and painted, then you'll definitely need something to protect them. We've got a plastic windowsill here, so it's alright. But the painted wooden windowsills can definitely be damaged by wet pots straight on top, so definitely use a tray of some kind. Nice one. I think that's probably enough.
And that's the video. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe and comment what you think of our videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.